Okay, you guys are catching me in rare form. So we are going to be reviewing this beautiful GAIWAN today. I love the top of this. Look, it looks like a diamond. If I could wear that on my finger, I would. So stinking beautiful. And the glass is a little bit thicker on this one. It's not super thin or fragile, but it is glass, so keep that in mind. Here it is with flash. Look how it sparkles, you guys. And it has a matching teapot set. They're both the same color. This one has the 3D kind of mermaid scale texture to it. It does have a infuser that comes with it, as well as a really pretty lid that has a little thumb rest that looks like a leaf on it. I love the handle on this one. Your fingers are not right up against the teapot. You do get 4 matching cups with this set. Absolutely beautiful. The cups have the 3D texture on them as well. Gorgeous set. You guys, I can't believe both of these items come in under $18. Insane. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys in this GAIWAN is how it pours. And then we're going to get on to the teapot. And I'll tell you guys why in just a second. Because I know you're like, Valerie, why are you showing us water? But I've already brewed up a lot of delicious tea. So you guys can see exactly what this GAIWAN looks like. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but it is beautiful. I have quite a few glass GAIWANs, and this one is a little bit thicker. I was expecting it to be super thin and frail. It is not. It does, let me see if you guys can see the thickness there. It does have a very nice thickness to it. It obviously is glass, but if you own glass teaware, then you know, if you know, but this feels very substantial. It does not feel super fragile, but it is glass. So let me just preface that. But what I like is the bottom, that's a hole, so it's not a full saucer. I thought that was pretty cool. And then the bottom is slightly, to me it's a little bit darker than the knob, but you've got a kind of colored base that sits down in that opening there. And then you have the lid. And I like that the lid actually sets down in there. It's not going to flip-flop around. But I just wanted to show you guys that. Do I have a cup? Yeah. Just wanted to show you guys here that it does lock nicely. And pours beautifully there. So I really like the GAIWAN, but the star of the show is going to be this teapot. Now, I'm not showing me brewing tea in this because I've already been brewing up a whole bunch of white tea. You guys know my 2013 SHOUMEI tea cake I'm always referring to on Amazon. It's this one. Well, they sold out. And it was out for a while, and it came back last week, so I ordered one. But I mean, obviously I have enough common sense to know, okay, there's not an endless supply of tea that was harvested from 2013, so it seemed kind of sus that all of a sudden it was coming back. And I did try it, and I do not believe it to be the same. It's not as complex, not as deep. I was actually quite disappointed by that. But I'll put the link down below if you guys do want to give it a try. But anyway, so I have been brewing up a ton of tea, and we are going to boil that. And here's just a look at what the GAIWAN would look like with one of the cups from the set. They're all the same color, so they go together to me. They also have a beautiful glass GONGDAOBEI that they show in the video with the GAIWAN. I'll link that down below if you guys are interested in that. I honestly just don't need any more. I wanted it, but I was like, do I really need it? You guys, here's a little preview of some teawares that I'm about to film for you guys. It's gotten real crazy. So, yeah, I didn't need that, but I may get it later on. I don't know. But let's look at this beautiful teapot. So I've explained to you guys that I'll do some Gongfu brewing, and then I'll boil down my leftover tea leaves to get extra tea. It kind of really condenses down the flavor, and you know, it's getting that last little bit out of your tea leaves. So I saw this pot and I liked it. I wanted something a little bit larger than this teapot you guys have seen me use. I want to say this one's 500 mil. I'll link that one down below. I do love that one, but I was looking for something a little bit different, and I love that thumb rest on this one. So we're going to go ahead. Let's load up our tea leaves. Let's get boiling. Okay, first we're going to take our little handy dandy tongs we get for free in just about every tea set I think I've ever reviewed. And let's fill up our tea filter here. And sometimes what I'll do, I'll load part of them because some of them are dried out, so they're kind of fluffed out. But as it boils down, they kind of pack down in there, and so I'll be able to add more in later. So that's what that looks like. About like that. Fill it up, and then you guys will see as we cook it down, distilled water here. Always use filtered water. That's the best suggestion. That way you're getting the true clean taste of your tea. Now, per what has happened in prior reviews, we are not going to fill this all the way to the top, because if you've watched the review on this tea stove, that will also be linked down below. Y'all know that we got tea spewing everywhere as it bubbles up. So I've never used this teapot on here before, so we are not filling that all the way to the top just yet. Okay, we're going to put it on 300 watts to start and a 45-minute timer. Start counting down. So now we're going to let that come to a boil. And I want you to see it almost has that mermaid scale texture, you guys. Look at that. It's 3D on there. And the top even has like the little leaf indentions, like the stem and the leaf on there. But I really love, really love the handle. Look at that. I can hold it and not worry about my fingers touching the teapot. Now, because this handle is glass, I think I'm going to offset that teapot just a little bit so that the heat is not heating up this glass handle. I'm going to leave it just a little skewed off to the side. All right, guys, so we are finally boiling. Setting it askew has so far kept the handle nice and cool. Since we are having some bubbling up towards the spout, I'm going to go ahead and turn it down to 300. I did bump it up to the 400 to get it going, but yeah, I don't want it to be super boiling. And that's what it looks like so far. Generally what I'll do, I'll take one of my tea tools. Let me show you here. And I'll just kind of poke it down in there and get it saturated. Ooh, it smells so good in here. I love this tea. I'm so sad they changed it up. I mean, I knew it wouldn't last forever. I do have 2 cakes in reserve, but this has become the tea cake Brian and I drink together. So it's kind of special, but I'm thinking if I hold on to it, then maybe I can just let it age. And over time, maybe it'll be as good as the other. I don't know. But if you guys were buying that cake and you buy the new one, let me know what you guys think as well. So anyway, I let that get saturated. And pretty much for me, I just watch for the color to deepen. Already, it's this golden amber color. But I like my white tea strong. So the darker it gets, I'm like, yum, yum, yum. And so as it starts to get a color that I like, I'll pour some off into a teacup and then keep adding water and just keep boiling it down. And then as the teas kind of compress down, I will keep adding the tea leaves in the top until, you know, I have as many that can go in there as possible. So I'm just going to let this condense down, and then we'll come back. I'll show you guys how I drink this. The Story of Tea, A Cultural History and Drinking Guide by Mary Lou Hess and Robert J. Hess. I thought I would share with you guys the book that I'm currently reading. I do have quite a few tea books in my collection, but this one I purchased off Amazon, and it is beautiful. I love the pictures and the imagery, and I know sometimes it's hard buying a book and not always knowing, you know, what's inside, but I am enjoying this book. You've got a lot of history, a lot of pictures, but a lot of information too. I mean, as you guys can see, there's a lot of text, but I like that it breaks down tea, and I enjoy when I have time to sip tea and just kind of read through all of this. So if this book is still available, I will link this down below for you guys if you're interested. Because again, I know it's hard to find good tea books, but I have a small collection that I have been adding books to and just trying to read them, learn the history, and really give the tea the respect that it deserves. I mean, to each their own. Everyone's got their own hobbies. Mine just happens to be tea. But yeah, I really, really like it here. And so as you can see, that they even have like definitions of the tea, pictures. I love that, so that you kind of, you know, you got an idea, especially if you're new to tea, kind of what everything is. And this is also a nice book to have if you are familiar with the different teas as a reference point, or just to kind of learn more about tea. So, oh, I love that tea table. Look at that. That is awesome. I really like that one. I have way too many tea tables in my collection right now. We have a Kaiuzu right there. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, I will link it down below for you guys. And let's check back in on our tea. All right, guys. So here it is. It is a deep amber color, and it looks tasty. So I'm going to pour them into these glasses over here. Don't pay attention to all this. It's a hot mess right now. I just started college a couple weeks ago, online courses. So everything's been, you know, a little bit of a mess. Look how pretty that is. Golly, this thing is pretty. $16.99. You get 4 cups and that. Even if you don't use this on a little tea stove, guys, that would be pretty just to entertain with, honestly. Like, even if you just do Western style tea and put it in there, it's gorgeous. So that's how I pretty much start to drink it by. Oh, and my 45 minutes went off. So all I have to do is turn it on, leave it on 300. Now this lid has gotten a little hot, so I'm going to try to be careful with that. And see how the liquid, you know, as much in there. I'm going to add in a little bit more leaves. Let me show you guys how much this is condensed down. I did go ahead and put some, but as you can see, we have quite a bit of room in there. And I just continue adding in there to be able to extract the flavor out of these leaves as well. And this is from a couple GAIWANs worth, honestly. Alright. And then I'll add in some more water. Actually had the water from this GAIWAN. Maybe not do that. But what I love about it is that it does wipe off. Just that easy. I really love this thing a lot. So once I get it filled back up, then I just start the process over again. I just let it boil down. I'll sit here, I'll read my book, I'll do, you know, whatever it is I'm doing, working on videos or something for you guys, and just continue to let that boil down. That's one reason why I do love this little tea stove so much, because I just have it in here on my desk. It's super convenient. And if you do a lot of, you know, desk work or stationary work, this is great for you. I love, love, love this. It's just a very gentle boil for the leaves, and it just gives us that little extra bit that's left in the leaf so that it doesn't go to waste. But try this method. Let me know if you guys like it. I love, love, love this. Love it. So I'm going to finish having my tea. The links to all the sets, the GAIWANs, the actual tea I'm drinking, the stove, the book, all that will be down below. Remember, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.